everyone, welcome back to Willows Mage. Today I have a lower back pain practice for us today. Lower back pain, as I'm sure you know, super annoying to deal with. I've had it for the past year, but I've found that it's often tied to our iliopsoas muscle. It's one huge muscle that connects our lumbar spine all the way to our hips, and it can often be tight or overworked. So we're going to begin today's class lying back on our mat and going inward, listening to our body, listening to any tension that you feel in the body right now, whether that be in your lower back, in your abs, your legs. I'm going to try a couple of breathing techniques here. So together we'll inhale through the nose and exhale out the mouth. One more time, inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. This next breath we'll inhale through the nose, seal the lips, and we'll exhale out the nose once again, creating some heat. Inhale, we'll bring our right knee up to our chest, keeping our left leg straight in front of us for wind relieving pose. This pose is amazing for stretching out our iliopsoas, pressing the back of our knee into our mat here, keeping that left leg completely straight. Maybe engaging the abs and lifting the head up to get an even greater stretch in that hip flexor, iliopsoas. We'll hold it here for 1 to 2 breaths. And exhale, we'll switch sides, bringing our left knee into our chest, lowering our right leg down to our mat. Once again, keeping your hips square, keeping the core engaged, maybe lifting up the head, engaging the core, pressing through that straightened foot and knee to keep it engaged. You should be feeling a pretty intense stretch on that exact hip flexor muscle we are aiming to stretch out. Hold it here for 1 more breath. And exhale. We'll bring the soles of our feet to our mat, knees up towards the sky, arms out to a T. We'll lower both knees down to the left for supine spinal twist. Maybe placing your left hand on top of your right knee to guide that stretch even further, or even turning the head to the right to get a full spinal twist here. Don't push yourself too hard too soon. Just do what feels natural. We'll hold it here for 1 more breath. Exhale, bring our knees back up to center. Exhale, drop the knees down to the right. Feeling any release in the outer hips, or in the spine. Just breathe. Last breath. Exhale, bring our knees back to center. Engaging the core here, we're going to do a few bridge exercises. As I'm showing here, you don't want to have your back arched. You want to be pressing your lower back all the way into the mat, engaging the lower abs to protect your hip flexor muscles to not be overworked. Inhale, lift the hips up towards the sky using your glutes and the back of your thighs. We'll hold this. Exhale, slowly lowering down all the way down to our mat. One more time, engaging the core, lifting from the glutes, hips reaching up towards the ceiling, coming back to the breath if you've lost it. Last breath. Exhale, lower back down. From here, we're going to move into a seated pigeon. So we're going to take our left leg and cross it over the right into a figure 4, wrapping both arms back behind that right leg and bringing it in towards our chest. This is going to stretch our outer left hip. I'm sure you feel it if you're following along here. The outer hip muscles are also connected to our iliopsoas, so it's a great pose just to keep things loose in that region. And we'll exhale, lower down and switching sides. Taking that left leg, figure 4, on the right. And we'll hold it here in seated pigeon for a few breaths. Once again, thinking about your body, listening to your body, going inward, feeling where that tension is, and sending your breath into that sensation. Exhale, we'll lower back down, soles of our feet on the mat. Again, pressing our core into the ground, we'll lift our legs up towards the sky, remembering to engage our lower abs here, pressing our back into the ground. We're going to do 14 leg lifts. On your inhale, knees up towards your chest. Exhale, lowering only as far as you can go until your back begins to lift off the mat. Once again, keeping the back pressing into your mat to protect your hip flexors so they're not being overworked. This is all to strengthen your core, to protect your back from future pain. Inhale up, exhale, lower down. Inhale, knees to the chest. Exhale, lower the heels to the mat. Inhale, knees to chest. Exhale, heels lower. A few more times. Connecting to your breath. You got this. Last breath. And we'll release, bringing our knees into our chest, maybe rolling them out a little bit, give them a hug, and we'll begin to rock up into boat pose. Lower abs engaged here. Arms reaching out in front of you. Hold it here for 3 breaths. Last breath. From here, we'll step it on through into tabletop position. And we'll press up into a high plank. Making sure your core is once again engaged. Pressing through your shoulder blades as if you're pressing away from your mat. We'll hold it here. Connecting to your breath. Inhale, we'll reach into side plank, lifting our left arm up ahead, shifting onto our right foot, stacking the hips here for side plank. Reaching the hips up towards the sky, finding a point to keep your balance. From here, we'll lower down into a plank position and sweep our left foot up in between the hands, keeping that back leg straight. We'll rise into crescent high lunge, keeping the core engaged here. Energy shooting back through both your legs into the mat. We are stretching our left psoas muscle while also building strength in the legs. Go ahead and lower down into plank. Inhale and exhale, hold. Remember, we are strengthening our core to protect our lower back. Other side, we'll reach our right arm up towards the sky, stacking the right hip on top of the left for side plank. Using your abs and glutes to steady you. One more breath. Exhale into plank. From here, we're going to step our opposite foot up. Left foot up in between the hands. Rise up. Crescent high lunge. Inhale. Exhale, sink deeper into the pose. Last breath. And exhale, plant the hands on either side of the foot. Step back into plank. And from here, we'll sink back into child's pose, resting for a few moments, releasing any tension in the abs. We'll roll back up to tabletop. One breath here. Inhale into plank and hold, engaging the core, pressing through our hands, focusing on our breath, on the sensations. Breathe into the sensations. Inhale, we'll go back up into side plank. Left arm reaching up towards the sky, stacking the hips, engaging the core to help reach the hips up even further. Maybe looking down on your bottom hand. Last breath. Exhale, we'll lower onto plank. One breath here. From here, we'll step the right foot in between the hands, dropping that back knee for crescent low lunge. Keeping our hips squared to the front of our mat, engaging the core, and we begin to press our hips slowly forward. Creating opposition here, pressing that left knee through the mat while reaching the left arm up towards the sky. You should be feeling this sensation once again in the iliopsoas area, going from your lower back all the way to the front of your thigh here. Always good to make sure you're not overstretching, so keeping that core engaged so you're only going as far as you're supposed to be. Now step back into plank. Inhale, hold. Focusing on the strengthening of our abs. We'll stack our hips for the other side, reaching the right arm up towards the sky for side plank. Remembering why you came on your mat today. Exhale. We'll meet back into plank. One breath here. Step the left foot in between the hands, dropping that right knee down for crescent low lunge on the other side. Squaring the hips to the front of our mat yet again. Engaging the core and slowly driving our hips forward while also creating that opposition with our right knee pressing into the mat and our right hand reaching up towards the sky. Two more breaths. And exhale, plant the hands on either side of the foot, step back into plank. Lower our knees down, and we'll meet in a resting child's pose. Great job, everyone. We just made it through a very intense core and glute flow today. We just have one more exercise. We'll meet in tabletop for it. Spinal balance here. Shoulders on top of wrists, hips on top of your knee. We'll reach the left leg straight and back and reach our right arm forward, engaging the core, pressing through the shoulder blades yet again, keeping your hips square to your mat. We'll hold. Steadying the mind. Exhale, we'll lower both arm and leg back on our mat. Other side, reaching the right leg back, left arm forward. Core engaged once again. Fantastic. Hips square. Arms reaching up. One more breath. Exhale, we'll lower down. From here, we'll sink the hips back, reaching our arms forward into child's pose, releasing our forehead onto our mat. Hopefully, if you have any issues with lower back pain, feel a little bit better. And I promise you, this is what I do every single day because of my back issues. And when you're ready, we will meet in crisscross applesauce. Maybe rolling out the shoulders a little bit, or the neck. Once again, focusing on your breath. Inhale, reach the arms up, overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Thank yourself for arriving on your mat today. And thank you for practicing with me today. Together we will say, Namaste. If you like what we did here today, you can subscribe below. Otherwise, I have a full PDF of the class linked in the description as well. So you can check that out if you want to do a practice on your own time. I will be doing yoga flow videos, so stay tuned for that. Thank you.